Hi everybody, welcome to this Facebook Live, and basically what I'm going to do is to break down and tell you a little bit more detail about my Author CEO Day workshop that is coming up tomorrow. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Elke Feuer. I'm an author and a fiction book coach, and I help frustrated fiction writers ditch the fears keeping them from writing their damn books and creating the writing life of their dreams. So on to the workshop. It is a 2-hour workshop that starts tomorrow from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, if you've never heard of Author CEO Day before, basically what it is, it's a planning day. Now, I know a lot of authors don't like to plan. I get it. Not just authors, people. The word planning kind of scares them, which is why I said Author CEO Day, because basically what that means is that it's time that you're setting aside to figure out what it is that you want to achieve for your writing life, whether it's overall or if it's in the new year. And the workshop, that is really what it's all about. And I'm going to help you to create your success plan for 2022. So let's dive in. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Basically, I'm going to be tackling, we're going to be walking through 5 areas. The first is going to be your vision. The second is your books. The third is going to be money. The fourth is going to be your mindset. And the fifth is where we basically is your plan, which is how are you going to make it happen? Okay. So with regards to your vision, what that looks like is basically diving into what is it that you want for your overall vision for your dream writing life. What does that look like for you? And what does success as a writer look like for you? And then we're also going to look at 3 big goals that you want to achieve for 2022, and we're going to work through that in the vision section. Now, with regards to your books, we're going to tackle what, when, who, how, and where is how I break down, helping you to figure out how are you going to launch your books or put your books out into the world and what that looks like. And we're going to dive into those 5 questions to help you to do that. Okay? And with regards to money, what we're going to look at is figuring out, okay, what is the income that you want to make, all right? And what are some strategies that you can use in order to achieve that, and matching you with a strategy that is more ideal for you, your personality type, those kind of things. Because the truth is, we all want to make a lot of money, right? But that takes work, time, effort, all of those things. And not everybody has all of those things available to them. So what I like to do is to figure out what is a strategy that is going to work best for you, okay? So, and it also helps you identify, like, okay, it's great to say, I want to make $500,000, but what does that actually look like? And maybe figuring that out and just maybe perhaps setting some realistic goals based on a strategy that better fits you, okay? With regards to your mindset, I basically break it into 2 sections. The first thing I like to do is to sort of identify what are some what I like to call mediocre choices that you're making right now, and versus badass writer choices that you need to make in order to either deal with your mindset or helping you to move forward, right? And that's what we want to do, as well as some methods that will help you to stay focused and move forward towards achieving your goals, and helping you to manage your mindset around the things that perhaps have stopped you in the past or that continue to hinder you right now. All right. And last but certainly not least is did I hit them all? I feel like I missed one. Nope, I got them all. This is why I like to refer to this. All right, so Last but not least is what I like to call plan. And what that looks like is we're going to break out how you're going to achieve the goals that you set for yourself and how you're going to do that step by step, basically creating a roadmap for you to follow throughout the year. And this looks like in regards to writing, building your career, as well as publishing and marketing, and how that all fits together, as well as one of the things that I think is really important is having what accountability that you're going to have, as well as oh gosh, I just had a brain fart. Most importantly is the your check-ins, your weekly check-ins, which are often where people fall behind when they're trying to achieve their goals. They set these big audacious goals and they said, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. But then they don't necessarily set check-ins. What I like to call check-ins is basically, how are you doing with your goals? What's causing you to fall behind? Where do you need to make adjustments? And that's where the check-ins will come into play. And this is actually a bonus that I am including, which is what I like to call the CEO Day check-in. And basically it's a weekly check-in checklist to help you to look at what are the things that you need to assess and look at as far as to make sure that you're on track and what you need to do to get back on track. All right. And for those of you who've known me for a while and been in the group for a while, you know that I love workbooks, checklists, all of that. And whenever I do a workshop, I always provide you with a workbook that you get to take and reuse, so that if you want to use it later in the year or you want to use it every year, it's there for you to be able to work through the content as we're going through the workshop on the day, as well as take it away with you, obviously, so that you're not having scraps of paper. Everything is mapped out very neatly and easy for you to follow. And so to help you to achieve success, right? Because that's really what the Author Day is really about. It's helping you to get everything that's in your head that you want and you need to do down so that you can take the necessary steps in order to achieve them and get to the fun part of what you want to do, which is right? Because a lot of times, I find with writers, and hey, no judgment, I'm notorious for this as well too, is that you get so excited, you're writing, you think all that other stuff can wait, I've got time, and then the next thing you know, your book is finished, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I have this huge list of things to do, rather than when you actually plan it out and map it out along with your writing. It removes the stress so that you can really get back to focusing on what you love, which is the writing. All right, so if you're still not sure whether this is a good fit for you, I'm going to leave the link below to book a call with me. You can also reach out to me in Instant Messenger, whatever works best for you. And I'll also leave the link to the sales page for the Author CEO Day workshop so that you can check it out. Oh, one thing I wanted to go through is the questions. I forgot about that. Some of the questions that people have been asking is there going to be a replay? And the answer is yes. So if for some reason you can't make it on the day, there will be a replay. However, I highly recommend that you are there because you want to have an opportunity to engage with me, ask whatever questions that you want, those kind of things. So there will be a replay, but I really recommend that you are able to be there in person. And the next question I've been getting, is this workshop for fiction only, or can nonfiction attend? And the truth is, the type of workshop that it is and what I'm going to be working through will work for nonfiction as well as fiction writers as well too. So if that's something that's been keeping you on the fence, just to clear that up. And then I kind of answered this question, but I'm going to say it again, is can I ask questions during the workshop? Absolutely. That's really the whole point of the workshop, because I find sometimes when you have something that's sort of just a straight follow this workbook or whatever, you don't get that engagement. And for me, you don't get your questions answered. Everything and anything to do with what you want to achieve for your writing, to do with launching your books, those kind of things. And that's where I know it's really helpful for me to be able to help you. And also for me, I like to be able to answer the questions that I have that will help me to work through any roadblocks that might be preventing me from moving forward. So absolutely, there will be opportunities for questions. I have a Q&A set up for each section at the end of each section. Okay? And then the other question I've been getting is, I'm a new writer, is this workshop for me? And I would say absolutely, without a doubt, yes, because you can never start too early to be able to learn these things. Because I'll be honest with you, the whole wanting to be a writer as a career, it's an ongoing learning process. And even if you don't have your first book out, I recommend that you do it so that you can kind of plan and prepare for all the stuff that's going to happen after you finish your book and when it actually gets launched out into the world, whether you plan to traditionally publish or whether you want to self-publish. So, because for me, I am both, and I love the flexibility of that. Whereas before, you either had to choose one or the other, and now you have the flexibility of both, because there's benefits of doing both, but I know not everybody has that option. But it's kind of like, a lot of writers think that you don't start marketing your book until after you've got a book finished and written and it's ready to go. And the truth is, you can start finding readers and connecting with people before your book is even finished, because the truth is it takes time to build that relationship and connection with readers, which is really what it's all about. It's not just, I wrote a book, let me throw it up and hope people will come and buy the book. As much as it would be great if that's the way that it works, unfortunately it doesn't. I mean, if you do that, not to say that you won't get sales, but the truth is, if you want to build a audience of people who will, fans basically, who will buy your books as soon as they come out, even pre-order them if you want to have raving fans, that takes time to build that relationship. And it's not just about writing a great book. Don't get me wrong, that is a huge part of it, but it's not the only part of it. All right, so if you have any questions, please post them in the comments here and I will be happy to answer them for you. I am so excited about this workshop. For those of you who know me, I am a planning fanatic. I love planning and figuring out like how to get things done, how to achieve the goals that you want. And so I'm excited to help you to achieve that. And I try to do it in a way that is not going to overwhelm you, because the truth is that's the last thing I want to do. And that's why it's really only 2 days, because it was really challenging for me to say, okay, how can I fit this into not 2 days, 2 hours? Because, there is a lot to know and there is a lot to think about. But at the same time, I don't want you to go away like thinking, oh my God, how the heck am I going to do all of these things that I need to do? The truth is, I try to work it so that as you're working through the content, it's something that is manageable for you and it's not going to overwhelm you, but you will still achieve what you want and what you need to achieve. So because I get that. I've been in workshops where I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got them still sitting there, can't get them done because there's like 100 modules and there's no way that I can get through all of them without my mind exploding, because it takes time to implement each one, right? So that is not what this is about, right? So, and as I said, I am there answering any questions you have and helping you to work through. Now that sounds like, oh my God, how can you do that in 2 hours? But that's why I was saying it's simplified in such a way that it makes it easy for you to work through the content and be able to implement what you create as far as what you want to achieve. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you in the group or in the next video. Bye.